師傅，係啊。
點知兩下？你輸啦！
The film begins with a gripping training session at an athletic studio in Los Angeles, where tension hangs thick in the air. Anna, a young and passionate athlete, finds herself embroiled in a confrontation with a colleague. Overwhelmed by her emotions, she unleashes her fury, igniting a physical altercation the confrontation culminates in her expulsion from the studio, leaving her seething with humiliation and anger. The scene then shifts to a quaint traditional medicine shop named Po Chi Lam, presided over by Uncle Tak, an elderly kung fu master and herbal healer. Once revered as an esteemed instructor, Uncle Tak now leads a tranquil life, treating patients with his herbal remedies. His gaze falls upon a framed photograph hanging on the wall, an image of himself alongside his first student, Jet Li. When the patient inquires about Jet, Uncle Tak shares that his former protege now resides in Hong Kong and has promised to visit America soon. Yet, a hint of melancholy lingers in Uncle Tak's voice. Despite the years that have passed, Jet has yet to fulfill his promise. As the patient departs, Uncle Tak's eyes drift to another photograph he keeps hidden away, one of Johnny, a Native American student who once trained under him but mysteriously disappeared. Later that night, the peaceful atmosphere of the shop is abruptly disrupted by Johnny's unexpected return. Now older and hardened by a life on the streets, he confronts his former master with an icy arrogance. Accusing Uncle Tak of weakness, Johnny demands a fight to assert his dominance. Initially reluctant, Uncle Tak attempts to pacify him, but Johnny's rage erupts into violence as he begins to wreak havoc in the shop, shattering shelves and scattering herbs across the floor. With his honor and livelihood at stake, Uncle Tak reluctantly accepts the challenge. Despite his refined martial arts techniques, Uncle Tak's aging body struggles to keep pace with Johnny's youthful vigor and pent-up bitterness. Uncle Tak finds himself overwhelmed. The commotion draws Anna's attention. Horrified by the scene before her, she rushes to aid the wounded master and hastily takes him away on her bike. Weeks later, Jet finally arrives in Los Angeles. Stepping off a bus with nothing but a small bag, he remains blissfully unaware of the turmoil that awaits him. Almost immediately, he is ambushed by 3 street thugs intent on robbing him. With calm composure, Jet showcases his extraordinary martial arts prowess, effortlessly dodging their attacks and swiftly subduing all 3 with precise movements. Captivated by his skill, the thugs plead for him to teach them kung fu. However, Jet is in too much of a hurry to locate his old master and declines their request, leaving them both bewildered and impressed. Upon reaching Po Chi Lam, Jet is met with a shocking sight. The once vibrant medicine shop is now boarded up and sealed by authorities. Confused and concerned, he forces his way inside only to find the place in utter disarray, shelves broken, walls cracked, and herbal remedies scattered across the floor. Moments later, a woman named May arrives, representing a private bank. She delivers unsettling news: the property has been temporarily seized due to unpaid rent. Furthermore, she reveals that Uncle Tak has gone missing after a violent altercation that left the clinic in ruins. Jet listens in silence, grappling with the weight of this grim information before setting off in search of his master. As Jet scours the city, his efforts yield little success. During his search, he unexpectedly encounters the same 3 punks who had previously attempted to rob him. They extend an offer of shelter in an abandoned building they call home. Curiosity piqued, Jet visits the place only to find it under siege by a gang of local thugs demanding protection money. Initially passive, Jet's sense of justice ignites when he witnesses the cruelty inflicted upon the boys. He intervenes, single-handedly defeating the gang members. However, the victory is bittersweet. In retaliation, the thugs set fire to the building, leaving the boys homeless. Out of compassion, Jet invites them to stay with him temporarily at Po Chi Lam. The next morning, chaos erupts when May and her bank associates arrive to inspect the building. Spotting Jet and his new friends occupying it illegally, she promptly reports them to the police, resulting in Jet's arrest. At the station, as he undergoes interrogation, he notices one of the officers suffering from a severe stomachache. Drawing upon his knowledge of herbal remedies, Jet employs acupressure techniques to alleviate the officer's pain. His skill astonishes the officers, earning their respect. Shortly thereafter, May arrives and drops the charges against him, securing his release. However, moments later, the police commander approaches Jet with a serious request. He informs him that a dangerous martial artist named Johnny has been wreaking havoc across Los Angeles, defeating masters, destroying dojos, and instilling fear within the martial arts community. The commander implores Jet to assist in locating and stopping him. Following May's suggestion, Jet visits a local kung fu academy where Uncle Tak might have sought refuge. Upon arrival, however, he is met with mockery from the head instructor, who orders a student to challenge him. As Jet walks through the city, he unknowingly crosses paths with Johnny. Neither recognizes the other's identity, but an undeniable tension fills the air. Before any confrontation can unfold, Anna, who has been following Jet, approaches him with information about Uncle Tak's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Johnny continues his rampage through Chinatown, demolishing rival dojos and publicly defeating their masters to solidify his reputation as the strongest fighter. Eventually, Jet reunites with Uncle Tak at Anna's home. Yet instead of joy, their reunion is overshadowed by resentment. Uncle Tak accuses Jet of abandoning him, unaware that Jet's delayed arrival was due to complications with his visa and passport. He had refused to enter America illegally, believing it would dishonor his teacher's values. Despite Jet's attempts to explain himself, Uncle Tak pushes him away, still hurt by the wounds of their past. The following day, May makes a shocking discovery: her boyfriend is cheating on her at the bank. When Jet arrives to pay the rent, she seizes the opportunity to publicly humiliate her unfaithful partner, introducing Jet as her new boyfriend. Later, in the parking lot, Jet finds himself unexpectedly targeted in a coordinated ambush. Johnny, now aware that Jet is Uncle Tak's student, has followed him there. At the same time, the thugs Jet had previously defeated attempt to steal May's car. The situation quickly escalates into chaos as Jet becomes surrounded. In a dazzling display of skill, he engages in a multi-directional fight, disarming and incapacitating his attackers while ensuring May's safety. Together, they manage to escape, their bond growing stronger through the ordeal. That evening, Anna and Jet's three young friends venture out to buy medicine for Uncle Tak. However, they are ambushed by Johnny's men, who aim to kidnap Anna as bait. The boys bravely defend her but suffer a brutal beating in the process. When Jet learns of the attack, he resolves to train the three delinquents rigorously in martial arts, instilling not just self-defense skills but also discipline and camaraderie. Days later, Johnny's gang returns to Po Chi Lam, intent on finishing what they started. Jet and his newly trained students stand ready for battle, and a fierce confrontation ensues. Eventually, Johnny steps forward to challenge Jet directly. Just as their fight reaches its climax, the police arrive and arrest everyone involved. Although Jet and his students are released, credited for helping subdue the gang, Johnny quickly secures his freedom and vows revenge against those who betrayed him. Meanwhile, Uncle Tak remains disapproving of Jet's decision to teach Americans and expels him from his life. Heartbroken, Jet prepares to return to Hong Kong. Just as he is about to leave, news breaks that Anna has been kidnapped by Johnny's men. In a desperate move, Johnny demands that Uncle Tak confront him one last time at an abandoned building. Burdened by guilt over his past decisions, the old master reluctantly accepts. Unbeknownst to Jet, he has forgotten his passport on the bus and is being followed by assassins. A brief skirmish breaks out on board, but Jet manages to disarm and defeat his attacker. Meanwhile, May, still concerned for his safety, finds Jet and drives him back to Po Chi Lam. There, they discover a farewell letter from Uncle Tak, bequeathing the clinic to Jet should anything happen to him. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Jet races to rescue Anna. At the abandoned building, Uncle Tak bravely confronts Johnny and his gang in an effort to free Anna. Despite his age, he fights valiantly, taking down several henchmen before being overwhelmed. Just as Johnny prepares to deliver the final blow, Jet's 3 students arrive just in time to assist, holding off the gang until Jet himself makes his entrance.
師傅，係啊。
The climactic battle between Jet and Johnny becomes the film's most explosive sequence. Culminating in Jet decisively ending the fight and sending Johnny plummeting to his death. With Johnny defeated and peace restored, Anna prepares to return to her studies with gratitude towards her mentors. Jet plans to head back to Hong Kong but is taken by surprise when May shows up, determined to follow him wherever he goes. However, their plans are humorously thwarted once again. Jet discovers that his passport has mysteriously vanished. It is soon revealed that Uncle Tak secretly took it to ensure that his student stays by his side a little longer, preparing to secure him a visa. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a wonderful day.